Hey everybody, Scott Nell here with the Scott Nell team. I'm here with Regina Lark with A Clear Path. She is a professional organizer and productivity specialist. Does that describe you well?
That describes me very well, thank you.
Perfect. So today's topic is downsizing tips for seniors. So this is what you do for a living. Tell us, give us the absolute best tips.
So, seniors, older adults, I know that a lot of older adults are downsizing because they want a better quality of life, and they're not necessarily ready to hang up their skates. And so, what do we do with the skates? And so, downsizing older adults has a lot of layers to it, literally and figuratively. When I learn where they're moving to, it gives all of us a really good idea for what their new space can manage in terms of the things that they want to bring. So I would recommend that if a senior, older adult is looking to move within the next 6 months, a year, even a couple of months, to really think strategically about where they're going, and then to walk around their space, because they're coming out of homes that they raise their families in, and now their kids have kids. And sometimes their adult children still have stuff in the garage, like baseball trophies and yearbooks, and a lot of the adult kids have used the garage as a repository for the stuff that they didn't really want, and so let mom and dad hold on to it. And so it's not only years of things that allowed you to raise your family, it's all the photos, and it's professional business attire, and now you're wearing clothes that are adapted to a more leisurely lifestyle. And so my big suggestion is to start the process of letting go early. And it's easier when you know where you are going to be next. So you have a visual of what can fit. Look at your things in relationship for the value that they're going to bring to your life in your new transition. Less, I may need it someday, which is kind of far out there in the future. And we really don't know what someday has to look like in order for it to be used. And we're afraid if we let it go and someday does appear, something not good is going to happen, but we don't know what that is either. And so I think of the downsizing process as letting go of things that don't have relevancy to your life today, because this is all you have is today.
Do you have a certain amount of time that you look back and you'll say, look, if you haven't used this in a year, if you haven't used this in 2 years, maybe it's time to let go of it? Or do you have some sort of...
No, I'm not that person, because if you have something that you haven't used for 2 years, 5 years, it doesn't matter. If you can imagine or come up with a scenario for when it can and probably will be used, hold on to it. It doesn't matter. It really matters of how it's going to truly serve your life moving forward versus how it served your life in the way back past.
So what would happen? Let's say they're in a 5,000 square foot house. We just closed a deal where they had around 5,000 square feet and they had to move into 2,000 square feet. So they know that a lot of it's not going to go, but some they still want to keep. Do you consider storage, a pod, maybe finding a family member? I mean, how do you decide where it's going to go?
I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but I really encourage people to hold on to things that they believe will bring value to their lives today. If it has monetary value, there are those, and I know you've done another video, I think you talked to Marty, where she had a list of great recommendations on how to parse these things out. Really, I encourage people to think about their level of comfort.
Right. Well, my question though is, let's say there's just not enough room in the house. So where do you, and so I'm not disagreeing with you that maybe you still want to keep a lot of that stuff, but where do they usually put it? I mean, is it a local storage unit, or a friend's garage, or where do you find this stuff usually goes?
I'm the public storage unit's worst, biggest enemy, because storage is the land of indecision. And we put things in storage and spend hundreds of dollars a year to hold on to things we think we may need someday. If we're moving into a space and it doesn't have the things and it won't fit the things that we want to keep, reevaluate that. Okay. There's a great historian, wrong profession. There's a great organizer named Peter Walsh. And I had an opportunity to speak with him a couple of years ago, and I said, Peter, what's plaguing American homes? What's really happening with houses that are filled with stuff? And he said, a lot of people don't respect the amount of space that they have. This is the amount of space that you've got. Respect that. And then respect your relationship with that. There's a lot of statistics that say, oh, we only use 20% of what we own. Heed that. So downsizing and letting go, give stuff away, look on eBay to see what the value, what's being listed at, and decide if your time is worth that investment. Put a price tag on your time.
Absolutely.
Talk to your adult kids as early as you can. I know a lot of older adults complain that my kids don't want any of my stuff, and it's okay, because every generation has stuff. Right. And we tend to bring stuff from the past and bring it into the present, and then it becomes part of the future, and it's just like, let it live in the past where it was born. We don't have to keep bringing it in.
I think it makes it easier to let go of things knowing it's going to go to something you care about.
So, to that end, on my website, I have a very impressive list of recycling and donation locations, A to Z.
Perfect.
And there's so much information there.
Give us your website again, and then Tristan is going to put it right up on the wall for us.
Nice. The website is aclearpath.net.
Easy.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Super easy.
Excellent. Do you have any other, if you were to choose one or two other top tips for people who are downsizing, what would they be?
Well, are the things that you're thinking about holding on to going to allow you to meet your goal?
Right.
Be very conscious about what is it that you want your new space to provide for you. Right. And if you want to just be able to get out and go, if you want to just grab your racket, grab your clubs, grab your dance shoes, you may not want to have a lot of stuff around you to impede access to grabbing your tools of fun.
How do you want to live? I love it. This is great information. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
It was fun.
Hey everyone, if you'd like more information about myself or my amazing team, check out scottnellteam.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.